Good evening. Welcome to Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles, and somebody's on the phone. Hello, caller. You're on the air. You're first. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Hey, Mark. How are you?
okay, how you doing?
I'm doing well. What can we do for you?
Yeah,
Oh, in Walnut Cove. That's a nice little drive to Walnut Cove. I hope you had a good time.
yeah, but
No, we don't. The All Star race is not part of our points contest. I mean, if somebody wants to make a prediction for the All Star race, I mean, that's fine. But there won't be any points for the All Star race, not at least not for us.
okay. Do you want to pick you want to pick for next week, Mom? Okay, we'll tell you next week for the next race.
Okay, that's fine, Mark. Thanks for calling.
Okay, thanks.
Good night. Since Mark brought it up, we of course do have the All Star race coming up at Dover. All Star race is at Dover this year. So we're not picking for points this week. We will pick for points. The next race for which we shall pick for points will be the 600 at Charlotte. And that is 2 weeks from Saturday, 2 weeks from Sunday to weekend after next. Let's just put it that way. So that'll be our next point race, the 600 at Charlotte. Did I finish signing on the show? I don't think I did. Hello, welcome to Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles. We're happy to have you with us on the program tonight. We'd love to hear from you either by phone or by email. We have a telephone number up there that you can call and an email address too, which is keneckleslive@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you either by phone or by email. Hope you'll take part in our show this evening. Speaking of races and points, after an interesting day at Watkins Glen, which ended pretty much the way everybody expected it to end, with that fellow kicking a rugby ball into the crowd. After all that, Nice Guy continues number one on our list with 196 points, but it's close. Captain Midnight is second with 194. Avenger is next with 192. Mark is in fourth place, 185. Lady in Black is next with 183. Nature Boy is in sixth place with 180 points. So that's 16 points between the top six. So it's pretty competitive. Charles and Mr. NASCAR are tied for seventh with 172. And we'll run down the rest of that list in a while. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. I'm good. It's Ralph on the phone. Good to hear from you, Ralph. What's going on? Well away from Pretty Man. You are in 17th place, but you are 38 points ahead of Pretty Man. So I don't think you have to worry about Pretty Man for right now. Well, thanks, Ralph. Good to hear from you. Ralph wanted to make sure there's a lot of distance between himself and Pretty Man. Let's go ahead and go on down the list here. Citizen D is number nine with 163. Early Bird, 10th with 153. Then Chat GPT 151, Mr. Pelham 150, Jack 148, Liberal 142, Leon 137, Mr. Leaksville 135. As mentioned, Ralph is in 17th spot with 130. Then it's Mr. Draper Mr. Draper had another tough day with Kyle Larson at Watkins Glen. Mr. Draper is 18th with 99 points. And then ever present in 19th place, it is Pretty Man with 92. So actually, if we look from first place all the way down to 17th place, um, that's only 66 points difference between first place and 17th place. And with several races left in this segment, a lot of things could happen between now and then. Once again, the All Star race this weekend, we won't be doing official picks for that one. Our next picks will be for the 600 at Charlotte. I've lost my phone. There it is. Email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com, and you can email us there or call us at the phone number currently displayed on your screen. I do have a couple of emails to get to over here. We have this one, which says, Ken, don't forget to give me the average price of gas today. I need to keep my records complete. All right, I didn't forget. In fact, I already checked with AAA. The average price of gasoline, average price of a gallon of unleaded regular today in the United States of America is $4.52 a gallon. 4.52. And if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am, that's down a cent. Last Wednesday was 4.53, so now it's 4.52. It's not a big change, but at least it's change in the right direction. So that's where it stands today. There was another gasoline question over here in a different email from a different person. Ken, what about this Murphy gas that you get at Walmart? Does Walmart own that? And if they do, why don't they call it Walmart gas? Well, no, Walmart doesn't own it, and we'll speak more of that in a second. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing tonight, Ken?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm glad to see we got a little rain.
Yeah, we did get a little rain. We could use a little more, but every little bit helps.
Yeah, I think this coming Wednesday, I think we're going to see some significant rain for a change because, man, we certainly need it. I'm telling you, everything is really, really dry.
Well, that's what I hear is that there will be respectable rainfall in the middle of this week, and Wednesday probably is going to be the day. And yeah, we absolutely need it. My grass sort of quit growing. You know, my grass started off robust and enthusiastic and growing, and it's just about to go to sleep now.
Yeah, mine has gone to sleep. You know, that's one reason I want it to rain. Of course, everybody's wells have got to be getting lower and lower every week too. You know.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that. Well, maybe Wednesday will help us out. Let's hope so.
Certainly do. The race yesterday, I thought it was just kind of boring, man. I picked Blaney. I think he came in 10th, 11th, somewhere around there. But man, I'm telling you that HVC man, he just blew everybody away, did he not?
Well, you know, it's gotten to the point. I guess it was always to the point. Uh, Even when he's behind, like in the last pit stop exchange, he got fairly back in the pack. But even when he's back there, you know he's coming to the front, and so far there's not much that anybody seems to be able to do about it. He did have one little blip, of course, when he finished behind Tyler Reddick a couple of weeks ago. But man, the guy is just so good. They're just there's not a lot of suspense in how it's going to work out.
That's a fact. I mean, on those road courses, I mean, I don't know why I didn't pick him last week. I guess it's because many other people picking him, but he gets it done on the road courses without a doubt.
Well, you know, it makes sense not to pick him in a way, because probably I would have picked the 88 if I was in the contest, thinking, well, everybody's picking SVG. If I pick him and he wins, I really don't gain anything. So take a chance, pick him, and so maybe he'll wreck or something, and then you will gain something on people. So you know, it's a decent strategic move not to pick him, Um,
Right.
then he wins anyway, so he messes it up.
Yeah. Well, one reason I picked Blaney is because it's not that many walls to hit on a road course. You know what I mean? So
Well,
he
that's
did
true.
fairly good.
Not that many. And yeah,
Yep.
he did a decent day, but I'm telling you, SVG is he's pretty hard to beat.
He is. Certainly is. Uh, A 500,000 people voted these gold Trump phones. Have you heard about
Well, I've heard about the phones. I honestly had no idea how many people had bought them.
that? Well, they put $100 deposit on them. So, if and they ever make them, they might get one. But yeah, he said there was over 500,000 people that ordered those things at $100 a pop. The deposit was, and they were supposed to be made in the USA, which probably will not be if they're ever made. But man, it's a
Well, I guess I'm not in a position to declare it a scam. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't know that the phones hadn't been delivered. I guess I haven't followed it all that. I knew the phones existed. I knew somebody was buying them. I didn't know how many. I did not know that the phones had not yet been delivered.
scam. And today, what I heard again, and I said sort of got that certain when they'll be made or where they'll be. You know, learn about that man. I mean, look at the stakes and all the stuff he's done. Another thing too, while I'm on Trump's subject, this ballroom, he originally said it's not going to cost anybody anything.
Yeah.
Then he said we got to pay for it, and now they're well,
Yeah, they will request $1 billion for the ballroom. Um, so there we are, billion.
it sounded like his first campaign. Oh, we're going to build a wall. Mexico's going to pay for it. So I don't think that worked out too good for us either.
Well, they say that they need the billion for security for the ballroom. What was said originally it was going to be $200 million, and
Right.
then they said it would be 400 million, and that would cover the ballroom and also would cover the security needs, and the taxpayers would not have to provide anything. And now it's $1 billion. So there you go.
Yep. All right, Ken. Thanks for taking my call. I really enjoyed your show, and I would like to see some of those classic Monday Night Lives if you can get them back on there.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate your call. Phone line is open. There's a number up there. What email was asking about the Murphy Oil at Walmart. That is not owned by Walmart. That's owned by a company called Murphy USA, which owns the Murphy gas stations. They have obviously some sort of an agreement with Walmart, and I'm not sure exactly what the agreement is, but currently they have a working arrangement with Walmart that they locate a lot of stations at a lot of Walmart stores. But it is not a Walmart. It's an independent company that works with Walmart and somehow manages to sell gas for less than everybody else does. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. Sure.
Hey, Scott.
Okay.
We'll take Chase Elliott next week.
Well, you're taking him actually for week after next in Charlotte.
Okay.
Since next week is the All-Star race. But let me get my piece of paper here and the great book in front of me. And Nice Guy takes number 9 for Charlotte. And that's in the book. You're still in first place, by the way.
I didn't figure. Hey, I think I'd be in first.
Well,
How many points ahead of somebody? About 3 or 4?
it's close. You've got 196, and Captain Midnight is behind you with 194.
Should have Anyway,
I think nine people took him, and he won. Uh, but in spite of that, you're still on top.
look at it.
Okay, nice guy. Thanks for calling. Actually, I was mistaken. I said nine people took SVG yesterday. Actually, eight people and one artificial intelligence took SVG for yesterday. Eight folks and Chat GPT had SVG, and he again stunk stunk up the show, as they say. Let's see. An emailer has something to say. And the emailer says, "Ken, please put Citizen D down for the 5 this week." Well, and of course that'll be the 5 for the 600 on the 24th. So Citizen D has Kyle Larson, who continues to struggle, but he's going to turn it around one of these weeks. He goes on to say, "I also saw gas in Greensboro at a BP station on Guilford College Road for $3.88 today. Did I hear Monday Night Live might come back at some point?" Well, you may have heard a lot of things. You might have heard that. Um, that's just something we talked about. I don't know that. I don't know that it's going to come back either in rerun form or in any form. I don't know. There are a lot of people who've been talking about getting some of the reruns on the air if they exist. I don't know that they even exist. There might have been a court order or something that ordered all those destroyed. But we'll see. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, Mr. Ken.
And good evening to you.
Yes, we were celebrating before I called you, but I had a long distance call.
What were you celebrating?
My win at the Glen.
Oh yeah, you and eight other people won at the Glen yesterday. So good for you and them.
Yes, sir. What track we're at next?
Well, the next race that we do points for is at Charlotte on the 24th, the 600 at Charlotte.
Let's see here. Dover's next, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the All-Star race. The All-Star race is at Dover next week, and we're not doing points for that one.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to pick my car for the next race.
All right, for the 600 in Charlotte, you pick.
I go with the guy. I think it's the one that won the Daytona 500, the 45, the 54.
Tyler Reddick, the 45.
Yes, sir. I'm picking him for the next race.
It's in the book.
Well, we had a good little talk tonight. We were talking about her brothers want to talk to me.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. What did her brothers have to say?
Well, they hadn't talked to me.
Oh, they
ain't talked to me yet. No.
Hasn't happened.
Well, she says they want to talk to me, and she wanted to make clear of what kind of wine I need to bring for them.
Oh, you have a specific order now for the wine. Well, what is it that she wants?
Well, she says for the brothers, they get white wine.
White wine.
Yes. And for me and her, it's going to be red wine.
All right. So that means how many brothers are there?
3.
All right. So you need 3 bottles of White Rocket, and for you and her, a bottle of Red Rocket.
She says just wine, nothing fancy,
Okay,
nothing
well,
cold,
you
just wine.
Get White Rocket and Red Rocket. You will have taken care of the nothing fancy part.
Oh, yeah. She wants the good stuff, so I'm getting the good stuff. I'm not going cheapo.
Oh, well, that might let White Rocket and Red Rocket out then.
Oh, yeah. We're going above them.
All right. All right. Yeah, you can move up to some Manischewitz.
Yeah, something like that. But I think, but I did make a joke. We were talking about we had taken a shower here, and she did there. I made a mention of blank blank together. She shook her finger like being naughty.
Now I knew as soon as you said you made a joke about a shower, I knew you were going in a bad direction there. You got to watch out for that.
Oh yeah, she said I was being naughty, so she's gonna she kind of got me on that one.
Well, if she considers that naughty, which I can understand why she would, if she considers that naughty, she's in for a lot more from you.
Well, she says not until we get hitched.
All right, and I'm sure the brothers will be available to enforce whatever rules she puts down.
Oh well, she's gonna enforce the rules. She don't need them, she says.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'd be happy to help, though.
Well, I told her she didn't need their help.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna let you navigate that situation all on your own, but just take care with it.
Oh, I will. I'll definitely take care of the wine. Will take care of the break of the ice of meeting everybody.
And by the way, do you see us tonight? Are we fully on in Danville?
Oh yes, you're on tonight. I probably missed a few people, but the phone call from Philippines were important.
Okay. Well, that's fine. If that's more important than watching me, I guess that's a decision you have to make.
Well, I did have you on closed capture. Don't worry.
Oh, do we have that? Do we have closed caption? I didn't know we had that.
Well, I just turned it off.
Okay. All right.
My TV. Well, my TV has it.
Okay. Okay. Well, good. Fine. I hope.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, sir, because
All
my
right.
time is up.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate it. Now that's an efficient caller. He times himself. Um, well done. Saves me the trouble. Phone line is open. There's the number up there you can call. The email address is keneccleslive@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you by phone or by email. Uh, this emailer says, Ken, did I understand you to say we are not going to do points for the All-Star race in Dover? Is that correct? That is correct. Um, then, says the emailer, the Avenger will hold his pick for Charlotte until later on, when I have had time to consider what I ought to do. And by the way, can you say on the air, please, how many points I am ahead of Pretty Man? Uh, yeah, we can do that. Where is the Avenger? Whoa, the Avenger's in third place. I didn't realize that. I don't know why I didn't realize it. I just did the standings myself. Should have realized it, but I didn't. Avenger, you are in third place with 192 points. Oh, here's why he wanted me to mention that. Now I get it. Pretty Man is 19th with 92 points. So that means if we do the math, and we're doing the math right now, the Avenger is now exactly 100 points. 100 points ahead of his arch nemesis, Pretty Man. 100 points between the Avenger and Pretty Man. Wow. That's what you call a rout, a slaughter, a beatdown. You can apply your own term to it. It's a big margin. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Ken, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right, look, I'll be doing better. They need to cut those races about 10 laps shorter. Because my guy's just dropping off in the final 2 laps every race, Ken.
Yeah, that would be that'd help you a lot. I can't do the calculations that sit here, but if every race was 10 laps shorter, you'd probably be about 8 or 9 positions higher in the standings than you are. But that's racing.
I know. Yeah. Brief statement, the economy.
Okay.
And when just last week, Congress going to ask for $1 billion for the beautiful gold ballroom. They said it's for security, but has any president been assassinated in the old ballroom? The ballroom is now larger than the White House. Just last week, we heard the luxury jet will be ready by the July the 4th. Gift Jet, which I heard we spent close to $900 million to upgrade. Did the old one take the former presidents to their destination? What happened to the law taking gifts from foreign countries? Now, Congress is asking 1 trillion plus for this war of choice. Iran has the same regime. Iran has its enriched uranium, and unlike before, Iran has sole possession of the Strait of Hormuz. I've seen many people at the grocery checkout having to put food back. I always carry a few extra dollars to help out. I don't ask them their parties. I've seen people at the drugstore leave needed medicine on the counter. I've seen people put $5 worth of gas in their cars while billionaires focus in on the color of the pool entering the ballroom, which they said now $13 million, they're going to change the color. Uh, they also have money to put a UFC fight on the White House lawn, putting the president's face on passports and American money. I will speak out when we have money for all those things, but we have no tax money for the people's needs. Hopefully, others will see what I see, and that is we are being ripped off, and now it's not even hidden. What has been done to make the voting rights better? As a we can do that. And I thank you for your time, Ken.
Well, thanks for calling. Good to hear from you. Phone line is open. The number's up there. The email address is keneckleslive@gmail.com. You can give us a call or send us an email as you see fit. This emailer says, Ken, what about this big thing that they're supposed to build out there at Berry Hill in that industrial park, this data center thing? I heard now that that might be shut down. And if that's the case, that's 2,000 jobs, I think it is, that we would have gotten that we won't get. Is that the truth? Is that now dead? And what happened to it? That's kind of up in the air right now. You're talking about what's the name of the company? Stack Americas, committed to build a data center campus out at Berry Hill. And it would involve, as the emailer said, about 2,000 jobs, an enormous financial investment, and quite an economic thing for not only Southside Virginia, but for North Central North Carolina too. A lot of those jobs probably would have gone to people on both sides of the state line. It is not officially dead, but what's going on is the state of Virginia is having a big fight now in Richmond about tax incentives for major economic development projects. And the Berry Hill project stood to receive, I don't know if anybody knows the exact number, certainly hundreds of millions of dollars in tax breaks for locating in Southside Virginia. Um, if the new Virginia budget, which but mainly because of this argument, there is no new Virginia budget yet. If the new Virginia budget ends those tax incentives next year, which I think it's the Senate that wants to end the tax incentives next year. They were originally scheduled not to end until 2035. And this Berry Hill project had a separate deal. For them, the tax incentives wouldn't have ended until at least 2040. But anyway, if the new budget, whenever it gets done, ends those tax incentives, then there is certainly a risk that the project at Berry Hill will end. The company hasn't said that exactly. What the company has said, they issued one of those very carefully worded statements where they sort of say something, but they don't actually come out and say it. Basically, what they said is the tax incentive program has been important in developing the data center market in Virginia and blah, blah, blah. And they go on to say the tax incentives certainly would be essential to the vitality of our plans for a data center campus at Berry Hill. And that's what they said. They didn't actually say if the tax incentives go away, this project is over. But they said enough to cause some people to be concerned about that. So the answer to the question now is officially, we don't know. Officially, I don't know. First of all, we don't know what's going to be Virginia's final budget. And this one is not a Democrats versus Republican thing, which is normally what you expect. The Senate, Virginia Senate and the Virginia House are both controlled by Democrats. So it's Democrats in the Senate versus Democrats in the House on the tax incentives and whether to end them early. So the first question is, what's going to be in the Virginia budget when it happens? If the tax incentives are there, then there probably aren't any more questions to ask about the Berry Hill project. Presumably, it would go on as expected. If the tax incentives are not there, then the company has a decision to make, and they'll let us know when that decision gets made. So that's kind of where that one stands right now. Hello, Ken. I have a question. I understand why you want to stop people from talking about each other and saying insulting things about each other on the air. And I agree with that. I don't like to hear that kind of stuff. But people seem to be able to say anything they want about Pretty Man, though, and you never object. No, I don't. Folks, look, I think we can tell the difference. I hope we can tell the difference between callers who are calling simply to express their opinions as private citizens and do not want their personal lives discussed or commented on the air. I think we ought to be able to recognize those folks, and we do recognize them. And I'm simply not going to allow those folks to discuss each other's personal lives on the air anymore. We're not going to do that. Folks like Pretty Man, I hope if you hear Pretty Man on the phone and if you hear his emails read, I think it's pretty clear that Pretty Man is here just for laughs. He doesn't mind being talked about and insulted. He's just having fun with this. Pretty Man is. I'm the only person, as far as I know, I think I'm the only person who knows who Pretty Man is. And I can tell you that Pretty Man does not object at all to being ridiculed and laughed at and made fun of. He's just trying to have a good time. So Pretty Man would be in a different category from other serious and intelligent callers, which certainly Pretty Man is neither of those, he'd be in a different category from other folks as far as people talking about him. And who else? If you've heard, you've heard the Lady in Black and Captain Midnight. They've been on the air a couple of times, sniping at each other. I hope it's clear to you in listening to them that they're just having fun too. They don't mind. So we're talking about two different things here, and I hope that that I've somehow made it clear what the difference is there. And let's see, all callers are breaking up. We have no idea about the conversations. Well, now here's this again, and I don't know why that's happening, and I don't know what to do about it. It's kind of a frustrating thing because I don't hear the callers breaking up. They sound fine to me. Whatever problems there are with the callers, it's not here. It's not here in this phone, and I have a meter in front of me that shows the audio of the callers as it leaves here, and it doesn't show any breakup or any inconsistency in the audio. It shows good audio from the phone. And why callers are breaking up by the time they get on the air, I don't know. I'm sorry that it's happening, and I wish it wasn't happening, but I don't hear it. I don't know what's causing it, and I don't know what to do about it. I hope that somehow, some way, somewhere, somebody can figure out why that's happening and fix it. And in the meantime, all I can do is do the best I can, and I apologize for that, and I'm sorry that's happening. And I hope it can get fixed soon. Ken, did you see the UFO videos? They released a bunch of them last week, and I watched them. I didn't watch all of them. There's a whole lot of them, and it would take a while to watch all of them. Did you see any of them, and what did you think? Yeah, I saw some of the UFO videos. I'm like you, emailer. I certainly haven't seen them all. I don't have time to see them all. But I saw a few. And what did I think? I think there's things flying around out there that we don't know what they are. I mean, what else can we think? I'm not going to speculate about what they are. I'm going to guess at what they are. I don't know what they are. But there's something, and something that flies real fast and maneuvers extremely well. And what are they? One thing that struck me in one of the videos, at least one of them, when you could see the object flitting about, you could also hear, I took it to be pilots of the airplanes, of the fighters that were monitoring these things. You could hear conversation among them. It was a conversation among pilots or a conversation between a pilot and the ground. I'm not sure which it was. But I was really struck by the tone of the conversations that the pilots were having. They didn't seem, at least in the ones that I saw, they didn't seem concerned. They didn't seem distressed or amazed or astounded by what they were seeing. They were actually laughing about it, just making wisecracks about it and talking about it like, well, you know, it's something they see every day, nothing to get excited about. So I don't know. They didn't say they see it every day, but certainly the tone of their conversations, it sounded like people talking about something that they didn't consider out of the ordinary at all, just kind of part of their day. I don't know exactly what to make of that. I guess you might conclude from that they are either they are just so accustomed to seeing these things that they don't consider it anything especially remarkable, Or some people might also conclude from that they actually know what they're looking at. I don't know that to be the case. I don't know either of those things to be the case. But I have to say, I was struck by the light and airy nature of the conversations that some of the pilots were having as they watched the unidentified, what do they call them? Unidentified autonomous, let's just call them UFOs. That's what we're used to. So we'll stay with that. Hey, Ken, they have not done much work on that. Here's a word here that we don't say on the air. So I'll paraphrase. They have not done much work on that darned roundabout that they're building up there at the end of Washington Street. I went by the other day and I don't see that they've done one darn thing except they have broke up a bunch of the curb. Have you seen it? Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. I was at Dollar General up there a couple of days ago. Dollar General, where I spend a lot of my money at Dollar General. And you can walk out to the edge of the parking lot at Dollar General. You can look right down on where the roundabout is going to be, at least where we expect it to be. No, I was struck by the same thing, emailer. It doesn't look like they have done a whole lot. They have busted up some of the curb over on I guess it's the south side. Yeah, the south side of the street. A lot of that curb is gone. But other than that, I don't see that they've done much. They've put up signs and they've put up some orange cones. And of course, I mean, you can't do anything worthwhile without orange cones. It would be unthinkable. So they have done that, but there has not been a lot, at least at the time I went up there and looked, there had not been a lot of progress. There wasn't anything out there that resembled a roundabout, at least not at that point. And I was kind of surprised, but what do I know? I don't know anything about building roundabouts. I'm not expert in the ways of great public works. So certainly I'm not the person to comment and evaluate the progress that they've made or have not made on the roundabout. I just continue to have confidence in the city of Eden that at some point there is an appointed time, and I'm confident that when that appointed time arrives, there will be a roundabout at the intersection of Washington Street and Boone Road and Bridge Street. It'll be there, and we can all drive through there keeping right and making sure that traffic that has entered before us has the right of way, even as traffic that enters after us gives us the right of way. And that's how roundabouts work. It'll be there. Emailer, hang on, keep the faith. It'll be there. Phone line is open. There's the number on your screen. If you'd like to give us a call, you can also send us an email, as several folks are doing tonight. The email address is keneccleslive@gmail.com. Another one about Monday Night Live. Monday Night Live, a topic of community concern, apparently. Ken, I think it would be great if Monday Night Live could come back on the air. If you've got the reruns, and if the courts did not order them destroyed, as you suggested earlier, they ought to at least run some Monday Night Live reruns. But what I would really like to have happen is to have you and Mark back on the air doing Monday Night Live on what night of the week was it? I forget, says the emailer. But I would love to see Monday Night Live come back again. And I would even be willing to patronize sponsors of Monday Night Live if any respectable business person would be willing to sponsor such a show. So put me down for that as my 3 cents worth. And then there's a little asterisk next to 3 cents worth, and a note at the bottom that says, increased from 2 cents worth due to inflationary pressures. All right. Well, that sounds like somebody who would watch Monday Night Live, doesn't it? Folks, I hope I have not. I hope I have not misled anybody here. I'm not. I'm not aware of any effort or any interest on the part of the powers that be in Martinsville or Washington D.C. or The Hague or anywhere else. I don't know of any plan to put Monday Night Live reruns on the air. It was something somebody suggested, but the suggestion didn't come from anybody within Star News. My feeling is, and they haven't exactly told me this, my feeling is that the Star News management would just as soon forget that Monday Night Live ever existed. But that's just my feeling. They haven't actually told me that. But as far as any possibility that Monday Night Live might come back on the air, there to my knowledge there is nothing in the works. And what did I must have said something too that I shouldn't have said. What did I say? Whatever I said, and I don't know what it was. I didn't say it because I am aware of any trend or any machinations or any sea change in attitudes that would put Monday Night Live back on the air. I guess what I said was I'd be perfectly willing to do it. I'd be happy to do it, but that's all. That's all there is to that. And I guess there isn't anything much less to say about that. And yet, here is another email. Ken, I would like to see Monday Night Live back on. Put my vote down as a yes for Monday Night Live. All right. There actually is not a tally sheet anywhere where we're putting votes down, but I'll just write down here this email. I'll write it in the great book, which I guess is the best I'm going to be able to do with that for right now. Ken, I saw the UFO videos, and I was kind of disappointed with the ones I saw. There might be better ones than the ones that I saw, but the ones that I saw are just mostly like little dots of things that don't look like anything. It looks almost like they're just like digital blips in the video. Are they real objects, do you think? Yeah, I think they're real objects. Um, I think they're real objects. If you haven't seen them, I mean, you're not. It's not going to be. It's not going to look like. I mean, you may be thinking in terms of remember the monsters from Planet X who came and challenged Godzilla. I think was Ghidorah might have been one of the monsters from Planet X. It's not like you're going to see this spacecraft from Planet X landing in full digital detail. That's not what the videos look like. I don't think that the Planet X thing is even anywhere in there. So you're not going to actually see something that looks like a spacecraft. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken, what's going on, buddy?
Good, Early Bird. How are you?
All right. What place did I cover? What places I'm in now?
Well, let's look here, Early Bird. You back in the top 10. You are in fact you are number 10 with 153 points. So you're 43 points behind first place, in 10th place right now.
What place did Cal Lawson come in? I never did find out.
Kyle Larson finished. I think he finished 21st or 23rd yesterday. It was 20 something.
When are they racing it next week?
Well, the All-Star race at Dover is next week, so we're not going to do points for that one. But the next one we'll do points for is in 2 weeks in Charlotte, the Coca-Cola 600.
Okay, I'll let you go then. I'll call in on that one then.
All right, Early Bird. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ken. Bye.
Good night. The Coca-Cola 600, by the way, in case people are wondering, you probably know, but I'll say it anyway. It's the oval. It's the Charlotte Oval for the 600, and then they do the Roval later in the year, and that's all the time we have for Star Talk tonight. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Eccles.